There is no doubt in my estimation, ladies and gentlemen, that all the critics are now kissing the ass of Mean Gene Okerlund, because if you go back and watch his Hall of Fame, he said that when I am called, I hope they put me face down so all the critics can kiss my behind. And you know what? I will remember Mean Gene Okerlund as one of the most iconic, one of the most famous, one of the most renowned, one of the most popular, one of the most energetic, one of the most original sources of a voice as being an interviewer backstage for some of the most iconic and legendary names. Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, The Ultimate Warrior, Jake the Snake, Andre the Giant. The names go on and on. They transcend from WWE to WCW. And quite frankly, this is not the way I wanted to start off 2019 by talking about a major death in Mean Gene Okerlund passing away. Mean Gene Okerlund dying. This is not a good omen for the rest of the year. But you know what? All the moments, all the presence, all the mic work, and all just the absolute perfection, the crispness of Mean Gene Okerlund. His iconic voice, his mannerisms, the way that he could make someone look even better than what they were, the way that he could build them up, the aura, the significance between and behind Mean Gene Okerlund will live on forever. And you know what? I know that a guy like a Hulk Hogan has got to be hurt. I know a guy like a Ric Flair has got to be hurt. I know a guy like, if the Ultimate Warrior was still alive, has got to be hurt. You know, the whole wrestling world is absolutely reeling from Mean Gene Okerlund passing away. I know I read the rumors and the speculation online for several months about his health deteriorating, Mean Gene Okerlund not being the same. And, you know, when you look back on the 80s and the early 90s, you know, a lot of those WrestleManias, a lot of those Royal Rumbles, a lot of those Survivor Series, a lot of those wrestlers are no longer with us. They've passed away. They've passed on. And that's a very sad, sad thing. And Mean Gene Okerlund, thank God he's a Hall of Famer. Thank God he took his rightful place in the Hall of Fame when he did. And I just want to say my condolences and rest in peace to one of the greatest backstage announcers and interviews of all time. In Mean Gene Okerlund. A man that was no doubt ahead of his time. But ladies and gentlemen, as we walk into 2019, and I'm hoping it's going to be supreme and it's going to come in and rise to the cream of the top. I don't know. We're already starting off pretty sad. We're already starting off pretty bad. But hopefully things are going to pick up. So between Mean Gene Okerlund dying, WWE, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about a major update on Royal Rumble changes. We're also going to be discussing a CM Punk WWE update. Oh no, is that how we're starting the year? Censorship, dictatorship, false, pretense, masturbate, clickbait, fake. No, we're not. Because this is right on WWE itself. CM Punk didn't leave a lot of friends in WWE when he walked out of the company. Then he went on Colt Cabana's podcast and dropped a few truth bombs that ended up getting him and Colt in terrible lawsuit. I've seen on Ringside News, the dirt sheets, the websites, and the newsletters. Now CM Punk is being sued by Colt Cabana. Needless to say, all that was because of WWE. CM Punk has no interest in WWE, and it seems like the company will go all out not to include CM Punk in highlight reels. Wade Keller mentioned on the PW Torch Raw audio review that WWE should be very careful to make the Royal Rumble winner's prize as vague as possible by changing up the wording about what kind of WrestleMania match they will receive. Because we all know in WrestleMania's past and at the Royal Rumble, we all know the Royal Rumble kicks off WrestleMania, that the winner at the Royal Rumble automatically gets a main event shot. The title, the WWE title, the Universal title, gets a shot. You're guaranteed the main event. You're guaranteed to be at the top of the mountain. Well, seems like the Royal Rumble winner now has a chance to just face any champion of their choosing. It's interesting that they're making very clear the winner of the Royal Rumble this year gets to face either champion, a champion of their choosing. And it's a main event at WrestleMania, not the main event at WrestleMania. So, ladies and gentlemen, viewers and subscribers, as you can see, the WWE is changing this thing up a little bit. So, you know what? The main event of WrestleMania may not be the actual closing match where you leave and go home when the event is over. Now, we all know original plans called for Roman Reigns to face whomever the Universal Champion was going to be. But now with Roman Reigns battling his sickness, now the rumored main event will be Seth Rollins going one-on-one with Brock Lesnar, which would lead many to assume that Brock Lesnar will be leaving the Royal Rumble versus Braun Strowman as still the Raw Universal Champion, and I know that that might rub a lot of people the wrong way. But here, on the brash, the brazen, Seanzviewent Entertainment, I will never be mistaken or overtaken. I give it prolific, consistent, and dedicated. We're in 2019. Let's make it supreme. Let's make sure we go all night long. Let's make sure we last long. Because you know what? 2018 for Seanzviewent Entertainment was It was okay. It was bittersweet. Let's hope 2019 can come in sweet. Too sweet, like the NWO. But so far, it's come on a sad note. You got CM Punk being censored by WWE. You have Mean Gene Okerlund passing away. You got the plans changing for the Royal Rumble. So we've already dropped in a span of about 8 minutes. We have dropped 3 major stories to you right here on Seanzviewent Entertainment. But what I would appreciate and like is to say Happy New Year. I hope it's filled with greatness and happiness. I hope your 2019 is filled with health. I hope everything comes around. I hope there's not a frown. Because viewers and subscribers, I want you to surround yourself with positivity. And so far, and it's only the 2nd of the month. It's only the 2nd of the year. In January, we want to be in the clear. But so far, with Mean Gene Okerlund dying, viewers and subscribers, I don't want to see anyone else dying this soon. I mean, you know, to lose Mean Gene Okerlund, I cannot express to you how much as a child I loved his interviews. I loved his in-ring work. I loved his backstage work. I loved the skits. I loved Legends House. I loved everything that Mean Gene Okerlund represented. As a matter of fact, I was live at Survivor Series when CM Punk was there. And you want to know who came out and announced CM Punk's entrance? In New York City at Madison Square Garden, the WWE's home away from home. It was Mean Gene Okerlund. I was there. Excuse me, I'm getting a little mixed up now. I apologize. I apologize. I really apologize. That was Howard Finkel. I don't want, you know what, see how I'm talking about iconic in voices? Howard Finkel had such a vibrant, iconic voice. Mean Gene Okerlund had such an iconic, vibrant voice. Well, there's the first botch of 2019. I don't want Howard Finkel going away. I don't want Howard Finkel dying. Heck, Mean Gene Okerlund, I wish he could have done CM Punk's entrance, but we all know Howard Finkel was the one that came out and announced the entrance of CM Punk at 2011 Survivor Series. But I have seen in my time both Howard Finkel and Mean Gene Okerlund. And we all know, like I said, again, viewers, it goes without saying, the iconic voices. And again, I apologize, and I'm sorry for making that little mishap. Whenever a wrestler or a personality and wrestler dies, it really hits me, and I get a little bit like I said, doing a wrestler's death videos are some of the hardest videos that I have to do. And it's tough. It's rough. You know, anybody can say whatever they want, but until you're in front of the camera and until the microphone is on and until all the lights are on bright and you got to establish yourself, you're going to make some mishaps. You're going to make some mistakes. I'm not God. I'm not popular. I'm not well known. I'm not famous. I'm not rich. I'm just a guy coming on here and telling you how I feel, and it's a very sad way to kick off the year. So it's sad that Mean Gene Okerlund has passed away. It's sad that CM Punk is being censored, and the WWE is doing all they can to censor CM Punk. And it's also interesting that the WWE Royal Rumble plans are changing. More to come from the Brash One, where I work around the clock and I don't stop on all rumors, news, headlines. Let's not be divided. Let's not stop. Let's go all the way. and go the brash way. More to come. Subscribe. And thank you once again for watching the Brash Sean's View Entertainment as I'm here for you. Once again, Happy New Year. I hope everything goes well. I hope you're swell. And I hope things go a hell of a lot better for you than it may be for me. And that ain't no L-I-E. Subscribe.